We're going to start our episode right where we left the last one and have a little bit of a recap after. You saw them, didn't you?
What the hell are you talking about, Sweetwell?
You saw them, didn't you? It's one of them was out there.
What do you mean by them?
I don't... Never mind.
You're Sweetwell. You gotta talk to me, man.
I don't know what to say.
You know what's out there. You've seen it.
You've seen it, too, right?
What do you see, Sweetwell? How does it make you feel?
I don't know. I think it used to make me feel something, but I don't.
Do you see it all the time?
No. Sometimes, but no, not...
Do you see it when... And Tate will kind of nudge one of the bodies on the ground. Do you see it when these things show up?
No, not only, just... I think they live here somewhere. It's like this is home, and I don't know. I don't think they mean harm.
Do you think they want to be left alone?
Wouldn't you?
Myself, not really. But I think I know what you're getting at. Remember when those first came?
It's all very blurry. I don't remember.
Were you still with your friends?
I don't know.
Neither do I. Go back to bed. I'm gonna wake him up. It's his turn.
He kind of is like staring at the corner. He's having a hard time making eye contact with you. He stands there for a little while and then lets out a... And then he gets back down into his spot and nods his head back down.
And Tate will go to wake up Birdie.
Birdie, you are standing in front of Marge's cabin, surrounded by birch trees, standing in front of all her oddities in her lawn. You're looking in the glass, the windows, but you can't see through them. Instead, it's more like a mirror. You see yourself for a moment, and far behind you, you see a small town. And suddenly you're in that town. And there's a young man. He's sitting by himself in a room with a pen on paper. You get the feeling, the impression that something's wrong. Something's really wrong. And suddenly, you blink your eyes, and there's a figure standing in darkness wearing white. And then you feel all the vague memories start to muddy up as someone nudges you to wake you up.
Hey, Birdie. Birdie.
Oh, yeah.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Making some weird noises down there.
Just a bit of night terror.
Get up.
I take it it's my turn for watch.
Yes, sir. It's your turn.
All right.
And I could probably use some sleep.
Yeah. You go ahead and get some shut eye. I'll keep an eye.
Tate's out like a fucking light.
Birdie, how is he watching?
The door is barricaded with the corpses of the folks that attacked us.
Yep.
There's a bunch of shit from the window. So basically, I'm just...
And one of the windows is covered.
So I can keep an eye out the window, but it's mostly just looking and hearing. Mostly hearing.
Okay.
If he can muster it up without too much noise, he's going to brew a pot of coffee in here.
You, Birdie, are sitting there doing your best to try to make this coffee as quietly as you can, but your wound makes it just a little harder to maneuver. You're still a little shaky, still tired, and you're clicking and clacking pots and pans. You don't mean to. You make like a face like, ah. You wince at the loud sounds, but your partner doesn't seem to wake up. However, Sweetwell, sitting on the floor, opens his eyes and looks at you. And he's just watching.
I'll get you a cup of Joe here in a minute if you're up for it.
He doesn't say anything. He just keeps looking at you.
While I'm preparing this, I'm going to go dig through this dude's bag. I know that Tate already did, but he was looking for specific stuff. I'm going to go see if I can find a mug or a canteen, little tin deal.
Yeah, you went through it really thoroughly. You emptied it out. You found some rations, a canteen. You found that journal. There's nothing new to be found in there.
Birdie has a tin mug.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's Survival Kit 101.
Yep.
Yeah. Birdie's just going to make coffee and listen.
Roll a listen check.
Okay, I have a 60, and I just rolled a 21 under 60. Success.
You sip your coffee. Maybe roll a cigarette.
Oh, definitely.
Puff on that while you take a sip of your coffee. Listen to the sounds of the nighttime. Watch the moon right across the sky from the window. And the night goes by uneventfully. The sun starts to creep up, and the horizon turns pink.
I'm going to look at Tate and just kind of, I know he's sleeping, but I'm going to do an assessment. How does he look?
Pretty fucked up.
He looks tired and beat to shit.
Yeah. He's like half dead.
Yeah, Birdie isn't going to wake him.
Okay, how much longer are you going to give him?
I'm going to let him wake up when he wakes up.
Okay. Roll a constitution check for me.
65 over 45.
So the shifts that you guys were taking would normally grant, 6 hours of sleep or 4 hours?
4 to 5.
4 to 5.
Okay. 5 hours goes by. About that same time is when the sun starts to rise. And Clay starts to kind of shift around. And he's still asleep, but like subconsciously, he's kind of fiddling with his wounds. Clay, you wake up. The pain from the wounds is making it really difficult to sleep. And so while you have been lying down and mostly sleeping, it hasn't been good sleep. And when the sun starts to rise, now you just can't.
Morning, Birdie.
Good morning. Figured I'd let you sleep in a bit, but looks like you had other plans.
I can sleep when I'm dead.
Yeah, well, might not be too far from it.
I don't feel too far from it, Birdie.
No.
And Tate will sit up on the edge of the bed.
This might perk you up a bit. Hands him a mug of coffee.
I appreciate you, you know that?
Yep.
So now that you both are awake and had your little vignettes, what do you guys remember from last episode? I know it was a pretty combat-heavy episode, but you guys did also find a big book of exposition.
Pretty much the whole thing was combat. We fought several of these, I'm going to call them zombies.
Sure.
One big bad armored zombie.
Mm-hmm.
Presumably, what I think, drawn from a large fire set outside. It happens.
Probably. Yeah. Tate and Birdie both took some lickings in that fire, in that fight.
Tate is pretty messed up.
What are his actual injuries?
It started with the bite from the wolf. And then...
That was in your calf, right?
Yeah, that was like ankle area.
Mm-hmm.
And then another large portion of it was the asphyxiation from the armored zombie dude.
Yeah, the dude choking you out. Let's see. And Birdie took an axe to the shoulder, like collarbone area, but he did have a metal clip there that stopped it from being a fatal blow. But he's still cut.
And you fell and hit your head.
And I fell and hit my head. Before the fight, our buddy in the shack with us, whose name I forget.
I think we searched his bag the previous episode.
You did, and his name was Sweetwell.
Yes,
Sweetwell. But we found that journal, and it had, now that we're sitting here.
The leather-bound book that was Harris's, not Sweetwell's.
Yeah. Birdie's going to just look at Sweetwell. What's he doing?
He's just staring at the floor in front of him. His head kind of down. He's got his back is up against the wall. He's got his legs bent and kind of pulled toward him. He's got his hands resting on his thighs, and he's just staring at the wall ahead with his face kind of like downtrodden. Very still.
Tate, I think our boy here might not have been on the side of good.
Hey, Birdie.
Yeah?
We got to chat real quick.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know about you, but it kind of seems like we've sort of fucked off from the original mission.
Well, the original mission was to come out here, find Creedmoor and party, get them back. And secondary was to, if we could, figure out what's going on with, I don't know, whatever's going on out here.
And, yeah, the lights, right?
Yeah, the lights.
And we're pretty far out, and we're pretty fucked up. At least I am.
Yeah, we've seen better days.
Low on ammo?
I mean, we still got a little bit left.
Maybe you, Birdie, but we got to fucking push. We got half the days going out that we do coming in. And we don't have any of your beloved horses.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. What are you saying? You saying you want to get up right now and hit the road?
I'm saying we got to move. We still got Ranger Granty back there to deal with.
Yeah, but we still got to get up to the final camp. Maybe check out that cave.
Let's check the map.
What was it, OP2 or?
I say we head to the first one. Directly east from us. Observation point 1.
I mean, we can.
And we got to be fast. We got to look through, then we got to get the fuck out of there and head to the final one.
Well, if that's what you want to do, Tate, that's what we'll do.
I don't know about you, but I don't fancy going into cave right now.
Well, I rarely fancy myself going into caves, but
if this cave is something they sort of opened, we should sort of close it.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. We're not going to jump to conclusions, though. Okay? We got a job to investigate. First and foremost, though, we got to find Creedmoor. Now, if you think our best bet is finding him at OB1, well, then, heck, that's where we're going.
Fuck, I don't know, Birdie. We got to get to all these spots. We don't want to miss him. We don't want to miss something, and I think OB1's going to be closer.
Yeah, well, it is closer. We only got the 2 spots left that we haven't met.
It's bright and early in the morning. I think we should get Sweetwell out of here. But I think we should come back for Sweetwell.
Yeah, well, hey, Sweetwell. Hey, we're gonna take off, all right? We'll be back for you or send someone for you.
After 5 seconds or so, he very slowly nods his head down and lifts it back up to its starting position.
Well, let's pack her up and hit the road.
If he survives it. Tate's going to leave 2 extra rations
Just to give him a chance.
with Sweetwell. Sweetwell will be back, all right? Don't do nothing stupid. Does this door open? It opens inward, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
On the way out, Tate's going to secure the door shut using a rope on the handle and tying it to something around the house so he cannot open the door from the inside.
Okay. Okay, you do that.
You ready, Birdie?
Yeah, no time like the present.
We set off towards observation point 1, eating and walking. No good breakfast today.
Yeah, just putting something in the belly.
So which one are you guys headed toward? OP1?
Yep.
Or OBS1, I'm sorry.
Yes.
You guys make your way there, journeying through the woods, chewing on your can of tuna or can of bread.
Weapons in hand.
Weapons in hand, yep. After a couple hours, you get to the original fork in the road that you took to get there, and then another about 4 hours of trekking. I'd like both of you to roll a secret check for me, and I don't know if we have... Where'd the dice box go?
It's probably on the bed.
Just chuck it behind my screen. There's one. Describe your approach, looking at the map and looking around you. You would guess that you are getting close. Now describe
It's-
your approach.
Probably pretty hasty until we can see a opening or clearing or building or something.
Yep. Birdie in front. Shotgun. Slung, but at the low ready.
Yeah. I think I see what you're talking about. And Clay?
Tate's 4 feet behind him with the rifle in both hands.
Clay, you hear something first. A rustle in the leaves, kind of far up ahead. Sounds like something big is moving. Stopping to look,
Birdie, slow.
Birdie stops.
streaks of light penetrate down through the leaves. And you see a familiar looking figure. Gas mask, uniform, standing. But he's not looking at you. Looks like he hasn't noticed you yet.
Rifle up and trained onto this guy. Birdie, look. Got one.
What are you doing?
Got a masker up there. Don't look like one of them heavy ones neither.
Yeah, I don't know if they got anybody with them.
I don't think we
And
ever
how
seen
they haven't noticed us in the forest first, Birdie?
Yeah. Well, they ain't never by themselves. At least not as we've seen.
Let's get close enough. If it turns on us, you can take it in one shot, and I'll watch the rest.
Looking through your scope, you have a good shot on it.
Let's just sit here a moment. I'll keep an eye on him. You scan the surroundings. See if you can't see anything else.
Tate's gonna check the rest of his surroundings.
The masked one, after about 30 seconds of standing, seeming almost perfectly still, and you can hear the very quietly through the ambiance of the forest.
They're gaspers.
After about 30 seconds of it just standing perfectly still like a statue, but you can hear just barely off in the distance it's clearly animated. It quickly darts, very quickly, as you've seen them sprint in the past, forward about 15 feet. It stops and looks around.
Get low, get low.
Birdie has taken a knee.
We're gonna attempt to try to hide.
Okay, roll stealth.
86 over 60.
96 over, doesn't matter, over 20. We're not stealthy.
The Gasper sprints 15 feet forward and stops. You go to take a knee very quickly, and a loud branch snaps underneath your knee as you put your body weight on it. The Gasper looks over in that direction, and it starts to walk that way. Very slowly, very methodically. You can see it kind of through some of the leaves, the movement of it, and you can hear it moving towards you. The is getting louder.
Rifle trained on the heart. Birdie, just don't move. Just be ready if shit goes hot.
Ready.
It continues moving. It's about 60 yards away now.
No movement.
It continues another 15 yards.
Tate is going to try to stealthily throw a rock or something at his feet into the woods the other direction.
Over its head?
No, just like
To the left?
to try to distract it in a different direction.
Okay. What is your game plan? What are you trying to accomplish?
Non-detection.
Classic diversion.
Yeah. Okay. Roll a strength check for distance.
12 under 55.
12 under 55.
12 under 55.
You, holding the front of the rifle with your left hand, reach down and pick up a nice golf ball sized rock. It's wet, cold. A worm falls off of it as you lift it up. You look and you see a clearer kind of cone over here where there's less trees. You feel like you could get it further throwing it over there. You chuck it overhand, but keeping your arm low. It soars. You're surprised to hear how far away it is. You hear the Gasper starts to go that direction, travels about 20 yards to your left.
Birdie, move very quiet.
Gotcha.
And we're going to start slowly moving forward. Tate is keeping his rifle trained on it.
Roll a stealth check with a advantage or a bonus die.
An extra.
Yeah.
Best is 23 under 60.
58 under 60.
Ooh,
Yeah,
you're cutting it close there, boss.
Yeah, that's right.
You two, with it facing away from you now, it looks around. You see its back of its head is that leathery, burnt look to it. It begins to walk that direction that it had just moved away from you. You guys manage to creep through the brush toward your destination, undetected.
Once we're far enough away, I think we pick back up on the pace.
Oh, yeah.
You guys continue up about another hour or so, and you get to, yet again, a very familiar sight, one of these small, and this is not surprising to you, similar to where you just left, a small bunk shack. This one, however, is burnt down to a pile of rubble. There is a corpse near it. Mostly bones at this point.
Damn it.
Well, let's see if we can find anything at least.
Yeah, let's poke around. Got to keep our heads up.
You check the body and look to see if there's any type of fighter suit remaining.
Yep.
I'm going to check perimeter-wise and the outside of, not into the forest or anything, but
I was going to say, stay close.
the grounds.
All right. I'm on the body.
You don't need to roll. It is, there's nothing there. It is the burnt remains of a body that has sat for a long time in the woods. Plants are growing through the remains.
Birdie will also, if it's literally just like a pile of ash and charcoal, soggy.
Essentially, that is what it is.
That's what the shack is?
Yep.
All right. Birdie will poke around in the grass a little bit around the area.
And the shack's nothing?
Nope.
Tate is specifically looking through the tree lines, reminiscent to how he found that bag by the dead body.
Yeah, you don't find anything. I assume you guys are very on alert and trying your best to be a little bit on the stealthier side.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys don't find anything. Roll a, geography check.
That is a 12.
Or a navigation, something like that.
19 under 20 navigate.
Wow.
Yeah, because I did 12 over 10.
Oof.
Standing there, looking around, realizing there's really nothing of value here, you pull out the map, kind of kneeled down in the brush, trying to be very discreet. Rifle in your left hand, map partially unfolded so you can see the important bits. Clay, you get the idea that you should be able to get to FWOBS pretty quickly if you head north and then just follow the creek to it. That way you don't have to backtrack.
Birdie, check this out quick.
Yeah.
You comfortable pushing through these woods?
I mean, I think it's way less likely that we stumble on somebody if we're walking through them woods.
I'm looking at this path right here, and I think we can get there fraction of the time.
Oh, well, shit, yeah.
Probably come in from a better angle, too.
Yeah, there ain't no way to mess it up. You just head north till you hit the creek.
Well, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
You gotta keep extra watch for me so I can stay on this map a bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, as long as we stay north. I think we're both equipped enough to do that without much trouble.
Just then, as you guys start walking into the thick brush, you hear off in the distance the crack of thunder, very loud. You continue. You're guessing by the time you get to the creek, might be another 4 hours or so. Especially it's rougher terrain, less tread.
So it's getting dark.
You're checking every so often to make sure you're headed the right direction. Comparing your compass to the map. Stopping. Having a little meal next to a fallen tree. Clouds darken the sky. Rain starts to pour, and it is very torrential. Thunder cracks overhead.
Well, just our luck, Birdie.
I think we stop here and set up a little shelter half or something. Maybe get this tent up. You know?
Tent's broke, man.
Shit.
Yeah, it got trampled on sitting next to the... Yeah.
We didn't bring it with us.
Poncho?
Birdie, I don't think we want to be out at night. Not in shelter. This is someone's home.
So just keep pushing on?
It's probably our best bet.
All right. Keep pushing it is.
Tate carries a cloak.
A cloak?
A boat cloak.
A boat cloak?
Tate will pick up a random stick on the ground and use his Bowie knife to sharpen the tip of it into a spear.
Okay. You sling your rifle. Look around a little bit. It's starting to get darker. You find a good stick. It's about the size of a walking stick. Sharpen. Take out your knife. Shing. Shunk. Do you keep your rifle slung?
At this point, his rifle is underneath part of his cloak to help keep it dry. and he's using the stick to help traction. Like,
Okay.
it's a legit walking stick with a nice pointy tip on it.
It's starting to get pretty muddy as you guys are walking. It is slush and slog, and the earth is getting undone just a little bit, and you can feel more of the roots underneath the, upper part of the soil. You're slowed. What probably would have been a 4-hour is now a 6-hour type of thing. But eventually you start to hear the sound of rushing water.
I think we're close, Birdie. Just a little bit longer here.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Let's really hope that there's somewhere with A, nobody, and B, a roof.
That'd be nice.
You get to a hill. Steep-ish hill. Getting up it is difficult. You have to grab onto some of the smaller trees and branches to pull yourself up, and you find some rocks here and there that give you a little more foothold. You can hear rushing water quite a bit. You get up, and toward the top, it levels out, and you can see rushing through the forest is a very well-fed creek. Based on the map and the now very apparent mountains in front of you.
Let's head west, Birdie.
Yep.
And west you go.
West it is.
Going west for a few more hours. It is now nighttime. Well, proper dark. You see a pretty wide open clearing. The forest starts to dissipate, and you see a decline down toward the foot of the mountains. It's quite some ways off, but you can still see down into this valley.
We're going to stop before the decline.
Further down, you can see what looks like a 2-story building. It is dark. It's hard to make out details. You continue toward it. No, you don't continue toward it? What do you do?
At the top of where this decline would start, Tate will hold Birdie back real quick. Birdie, hang on a second. Let's see if we can't try to see anything down there.
Yeah,
And
get your scope out.
using the scope, he wants to scan and try to see if moving shapes. It's essentially all he's looking for. Moving shapes that could potentially be something.
Roll something for me.
Maybe a spot hidden?
43. And if it's spot hidden, that's under 60. If it's listen, that's under 60.
Looking through your scope into the dark valley ahead, the water rushing, you see a dark shape moving. It's blurry. You can't see any details. But you also see another one nearby. And another one.
I count 3, Birdie.
At least.
They are down the valley a few hundred yards away from that building.
I think if we can sneak in that building, lock the front door, get upstairs, barricade something, we can at least rest until morning.
You're assuming that there's none of them in the building, right?
I'm hoping.
No. You know something? In for a penny. We'll take it nice and slow down there, and then we'll just do our best not to alert anybody, right?
I second it.
All right. Follow me.
I'm following.
You make your way under the cover of night and shadow and falling raindrops. Crack of lightning goes over top you, illuminating the valley very briefly. The thunder shakes your boots. You find a part of the creek that you can cross easily. There's a couple of logs. Looks like maybe it's a man-made bridge at some point.
Are there windows?
Getting closer to it, Yes, there are windows and a door. There are blackened parts of the building as you approach it. Another flash of lightning and then crack of thunder.
Lights on in the house at all?
You don't see any lights. You get up to the door. You smell something familiar. You smell cigarettes. Fresh, like it's being puffed on. In the rain, it's a little difficult to make out, but you smell a burning cigarette.
Tate's gonna switch to... He wants to pull out his pistol with one hand and his bowie knife with the other. Be ready for anything.
Okay.
Yep, and
And
Birdie's
he
got
wants-
the shotgun up.
Are we up to the house yet?
Yep.
He will hold up his hand to Birdie in a, like, saying, wait. Points to himself. Does a little walking symbol. And points up and around the corner of the building. Because Tate knows where these blobs were. He wants to try to sneak up and around the corner of the building and see if there's anything in front of it.
Peeking around the corner, another flash of lightning overhead. You don't see anything, just some small bushes and a couple of very thin trees.
We'll walk back and kind of wave Birdie forward. And then ever so quietly and carefully hugging the wall of this building, he wants to try the door handle.
It's locked.
Was there only the one door that we saw?
Mm-hmm. The front door.
And he's going to start pushing Birdie back to the back of the building, away from the blobs, and try a window.
There are 4 windows in total. I'm sorry, there are 6 windows in total. 2 on the front, 2 on the back, and then 1 on either side. All 6 of them are shuttered, like a wooden shutter.
From the inside?
Yes, from the inside.
Okay.
You go to push on one, and it is locked.
So around the entire building, there's only the one door and 6 windows.
Yep.
All right. Is this building by itself?
Yep. All by itself by the creek.
Is there a underside he can get to?
Like a back door?
No, like underneath the building.
Oh, like a crawl space? No.
Sure. And he's gonna go to the window that he tried and knock on it lightly.
Birdie has his shotgun pointed towards either A, the front door, or B, the closest corner to the front door, depending on where we're at.
You knocked on the window? Roll
Not a super hard, loud knock.
Yeah.
But
loud enough that somebody inside could hear it.
yeah.
Roll a listen check for me, both of yous. Hey, the both of yous. Roll a listen check.
Not both of you.
26 under 60.
94 over 60.
Clay, you hear some like creaking and something kind of brush up against the wall near the window. The smell of the cigarette is like really strong.
You in there smoking apple strikes?
You hear from the other side of the window a whisper. Who the fuck are you?
The Rangers sent us. We got feds poking around. We gotta get in, then we gotta get you moved.
You're not one of them?
I'm talking to you, aren't I? And I'm sure as shit not wearing no damn fire suit. But I want to get out of this rain. Can you let us in?
Good. Go to the front door. You hear some creaking and some shuffling off into the building.
Sneak off around to the front door.
You hear a really loud something getting dragged across wood. Yeah. And then you hear a lock undo.
Oh, we're in there. We're in there like swimwear, man.
You open the door, and you see a ragged-looking, beat-up man, about 6 foot tall. A cigarette dangles between his lips. An orange glow lights his face and smoke trails up above it. Fire axe held over his head.
Who are you?
And that's where we'll end it. Hey guys, it's Cody coming at you with a little after episode update. Thank you, all that jazz. So thank you for listening. Sadesky, Dubois, and I, we really appreciate everybody who takes time out of their day to listen to the stuff that we make. And, you know, it means a lot that anybody is. It's really cool. So again, thank you guys. Other thing, we have merch. We got merch on our website. It's all really cool stuff. Okay. Human made. We don't do AI trash here at Old Parasol Productions. All man-made, human, ethically sourced, stuff, art. Handmade by people. Holy crap, can you believe it? Oh, and it's on a shirt. It's on t-shirts and sweatshirts and long sleeves and hats, baseball caps, coffee mugs, stickers. Oh my word, it's on everything that you could ever want. I personally have a hat and a long sleeve and some stickers. And I don't know, probably something else because we ordered samples because we wanted to make sure it wasn't garbage before we ordered it. So you know, I know, we both know. I go to work and I have my Old Parasol coffee cup and my baseball cap. Anyway, you get the point. So, other thing, of course, we all would really appreciate if you guys could share the show. Let us know if you have any feedback, any tips, tricks, or things you want to hear, things you want different, things you want to see in the future. What else? Oh, yeah, share with friends, share with families. You know, I'm not going to be the, like and subscribe, but shows like this, that's how it spreads, is word of mouth. Hey, did you ever hear about this? Check it out. Yeah. And that's about it. Thank you.
They're gaspers.
Not to be confused with Caspers.
No, we like to turn them into Caspers.
Ooh! Turning Gaspers into Caspers since 1911. Put that on a t-shirt and wear it.
That's the previous episode's title.
Yeah.